Welcome back, everyone. We're very happy to have you here again. Today, we're starting a very important topic in English.
Yes, this is one of the most common doubts students have. What is the difference between make and do? And why does it feel so confusing sometimes?
Many learners mix these verbs every day, and that's completely normal at the beginning, because in many languages, there is only one verb for both ideas.
But English separates these concepts clearly, and there is a simple logic behind it. You just need to understand the pattern.
I'm Anna, and I love helping you understand English in a natural way, step by step, without pressure.
And I'm Noah. We're here to simplify things for you. No stress, just progress.
So let's begin with do. Do usually talks about activities and tasks. It focuses on performing something.
When you use do, you are completing an action. You are carrying out a task.
For example, I do my homework every night. That is a routine activity.
The homework already exists. You are not creating it. You are simply completing it.
Another common example is I do the dishes after dinner. That is a household chore.
You wash them, you clean them, but you don't create something new.
We also say I do exercise in the morning. That is an activity.
You are performing physical movement. You are not producing an object. It's an action.
Now let's move to make. Make has a different focus. It's about creating or producing something.
When you use make, there is usually a result. Something appears at the end.
For example, I make breakfast every day. Breakfast is created.
Before cooking, there is no prepared food. After cooking, it exists.
Another example is she makes coffee in the morning. Coffee is produced.
There is a clear final product. There is a visible result. That's why we use make.
Let's compare directly. I do my job. That describes the activity.
I make money. That describes the result. Money is produced from your work.
When you work, you do your tasks. That's the process.
Because of that process, you make money. That's the outcome.
Here's another comparison. I do the cleaning on Saturday. It's an action.
I make a mess in the kitchen. A mess is created. It didn't exist before.
Even mistakes follow this pattern. We say make a mistake. We never say do a mistake.
Because a mistake is something that appears. It's the result of an action. So we use make.
But we say I do my best because it's effort.
You are performing effort. You are not producing an object. It's an activity.
So remember this simple contrast. Do focuses on the action itself. Make focuses on the result of the action.
Do is about performing. Make is about producing. That's your foundation.
Don't try to memorize long lists yet. Just understand the small difference in energy. Feel the logic behind it.
When you hear do, think about tasks and responsibilities. When you hear make, think about creation and results.
This small shift in thinking helps a lot. It reduces mistakes immediately, and it builds confidence.
We will explore more expressions soon, and you will see clear patterns. Everything will become easier.
You are learning step by step. You are improving naturally, and that is what truly matters.
Keep practicing a little every day. Repeat the examples out loud. Your English is growing stronger.
Now let's go deeper into do, because do appears in many daily expressions, and you probably already use some of them.
Yes, do is very common in routine situations, especially when we talk about work and responsibilities. It sounds simple, but it's powerful.
One very common expression is do homework. We never say make homework.
Because homework is not created by you. It is given by a teacher. You simply complete it.
Another example is do housework. This means cleaning and organizing your home.
It includes many small tasks like washing dishes and vacuuming. All of that is housework.
We also say do the laundry. That means washing clothes.
Again, it's a task. You are performing an action. You are not creating clothes.
Now let's talk about work. We say do work, or more naturally, do some work.
You are completing tasks. You are being productive, but you are not creating something specific.
Here's another common one. Do business. This means to conduct commercial activity.
You can say, they do business together. It's about activity and operation.
Now let's talk about something important. We use do with general actions, especially when the action is not specific.
For example, what are you doing? That's very general.
You are asking about activity. You're not asking about creation, just movement or action.
Another example is, what did you do yesterday? It asks about activities.
You could answer, I did my homework, or I did some exercise.
Notice how do works with the words something, anything, and nothing. For example, I didn't do anything. That's very common.
We also say, she didn't do anything wrong. It refers to actions.
Or, he did something interesting. Again, general activity.
Now let's look at effort. We say, do your best. It's about trying hard.
You are performing effort. You are giving energy, but you are not producing an object.
Another expression is do someone a favor. That means help someone.
For example, can you do me a favor? It's about an action.
Now think about the pattern. Do often connects to responsibilities. Do often connects to effort.
It connects to duties. It connects to tasks. It connects to general actions.
Let's practice together. Repeat in your mind. I do my homework every evening.
I do the dishes after dinner. I do exercise on Monday. Simple and natural.
Now past tense. I did my laundry yesterday. Same structure.
I did some work in the afternoon. It still focuses on activity, not creation.
So when you feel unsure, ask yourself a question. Am I performing a task?
If the answer is yes, do is probably correct. That's a strong clue.
Of course, English has fixed expressions, and we will learn them step by step, but patterns give you confidence.
And confidence reduces hesitation. When you hesitate less, you speak more naturally.
In a moment, we'll explore common expressions with make, and you will feel the contrast clearly.
Keep this idea in your mind. Do equals activity. Do equals performance.
You're building real understanding now, not just memorizing rules, and that makes a big difference.
Stay focused. Keep practicing out loud. Your English is getting stronger every day.
Now let's focus completely on make, because make has a very clear personality in English, and once you understand it, everything becomes easier.
Make is strongly connected to results. It's about creating or producing something. There's usually an outcome.
Let's start with food. We say make breakfast. We also say make lunch.
Because you prepare it, you create the meal. It did not exist before.
We also say make dinner for your family. That's very common.
You are producing a meal. There's a final product, so we use make.
Now let's move to mistakes. We say make a mistake, never do a mistake.
A mistake appears as a result. It is created by your action. That's why make is correct.
Another very common one is make a decision. You create a choice.
Before thinking, there's no final choice. After thinking, the decision exists.
We also say make a plan. Plans are created.
You organize ideas. You create structure. The plan becomes real.
Now let's talk about money. We say make money, not do money.
Money is produced through work. It is the result of effort. so we use make.
Another common example is make progress. Progress is something that develops.
It's the result of practice. It grows over time. So again, make fits.
Now let's explore communication. We say make a phone call. We don't say do a phone call.
Because the call is created. It starts because of your action. It's a produced event.
We also say make a promise. A promise is formed.
Before speaking, there's no promise. After speaking, it exists.
Here's another important one. Make an effort. Effort is generated.
You produce energy and intention. It becomes something visible. So we use make.
Now think about emotions. We say make someone happy or make someone sad.
Your action creates a feeling. That emotion appears in another person. So make is used.
For example, music makes me relaxed. The music creates that feeling.
Or, good news made her excited. The excitement was produced.
Now let's practice. Repeat in your mind. I make breakfast every day.
I made a mistake yesterday. I will make a decision soon. Same structure.
Notice how make often connects with nouns, a mistake, a plan.
A decision, a phone call, a promise.
That's a very strong pattern. Make plus a noun that represents a result, creation or production.
So when you feel unsure, ask yourself something simple. Am I creating something?
If the answer is yes, make is probably correct. That's your clue.
Remember, do focuses on activity. Make focuses on outcome. That contrast is powerful.
Don't worry about memorizing everything today. Just notice how these expressions feel. Notice the pattern behind them.
When you start recognizing patterns, you stop guessing randomly, and your confidence increases.
English becomes more logical, more predictable, more natural.
And that's our goal here. Understanding, not memorizing. Clarity, not confusion.
In a moment, we'll compare do and make directly, side by side.
And you will clearly see the difference in real sentences, in real situations.
Keep going. You're doing really well, and your understanding is growing.
Stay consistent. Practice a little every day. That's how fluency is built.
Now, let's put make and do side by side. This is where many students feel confused, but we will make it very clear.
When you compare them directly, the difference becomes stronger. You start to feel the logic.
Let's begin with something simple. I do my homework. That is correct.
But we say, I make a project, because a project is created.
Homework already exists. You complete it. That's why we use do.
A project grows from your ideas. You build it, so we use make.
Here's another example. I do the cleaning. It's a task.
I make a mess. A mess is created. It appears because of your action.
Cleaning is an activity. A mess is a result. That's the contrast.
Now, listen carefully. I did the work. Focus on activity.
I made a cake. Focus on production. Something new exists.
Let's try another pair. She does exercise every morning. That's a routine.
She makes progress every week. Progress is the result. It develops over time.
Exercise is an activity. Progress is an outcome. That difference matters.
Now think about effort. I do my best. That's correct.
But we say, I make an effort, because effort is generated.
You perform your best. That's action. That's do.
You create effort in a situation. It becomes visible. That's make.
Here's another common confusion. I do a job. That means perform work.
I make money. Money is produced. That's the result of the job.
The job is the activity. The money is the result. Two different focuses.
Let's test your understanding. Listen and think before answering. Which one sounds correct?
Do a decision or make a decision? The correct one is make.
Because a decision is created. It appears after thinking, so we use make.
Now another one. Make homework or do homework?
The correct one is do, because homework is a task. You complete it.
This comparison method helps a lot. When you see both options, you understand faster.
Always ask yourself a simple question. Is this an activity or is this a result?
If it's an activity, do is usually correct. If it's a result, think make.
Of course, English has fixed expressions and some phrases must be memorized, but patterns guide you.
When you rely on patterns, you reduce mistakes naturally. You stop guessing randomly.
Let's create a small dialogue. Listen to the flow. Notice the contrast.
I did my homework early, so I made a plan for the weekend. Activity first, result second.
I did some work in the morning, and I made good progress. Again, action, then outcome.
Can you feel the rhythm? Do often starts the process. Make shows what was produced.
That mental image helps a lot. Process versus product, action versus creation.
Now repeat silently. I do the dishes. I make dinner.
I did my best. I made a mistake. Clear difference.
When you practice like this, your brain builds connections, and connections build fluency.
Fluency is not magic. It's repetition and clarity. Small steps every day.
You're not just learning words, you're understanding structure, and structure creates confidence.
Keep comparing sentences. Keep noticing patterns. That's how you grow.
In the final section, we'll review everything clearly and give you a strong summary.
Stay focused. You're doing great. Let's finish strong.
Now, let's bring everything together clearly. This is the moment where everything connects, and the difference becomes natural.
We started with do. Do talks about actions and activities. It focuses on performing something.
You do homework every day. You do the dishes after dinner. You do exercise in the morning.
These are tasks. These are responsibilities. These are actions you complete.
Then we explored make. Make focuses on results and creation. Something appears at the end.
You make breakfast for your family. You make a decision after thinking. You make a mistake sometimes.
In every example, something is produced. Something is created.
So here is the big idea again. Do equals activity. Make equals result.
Let's hear them together in real flow. I did my homework early today. Then I made dinner.
I did some work in the afternoon, and I made good progress. Process and outcome.
I did my exercise before work, and I made a healthy breakfast. Action followed by creation.
Can you feel the rhythm now? Do often starts the process. Make shows what was produced.
That mental image helps a lot. Think about process versus product. Think about effort versus result.
When you do research, you are performing an activity. When you make a discovery, something appears.
When you do the cooking, you are working in the kitchen. When you make a delicious meal, there is a result.
The cooking is the action. The meal is the creation. The pattern stays consistent.
Let's say more natural examples. I do my best at work every day, and I make money from my job.
She does yoga every morning, and she makes progress every month. Activity and development.
He did the cleaning yesterday, but he made a mess in the garage. Two different focuses.
The cleaning is the task. The mess is the result. different angles of the same situation.
Now think about your daily life. What do you do every day, and what do you make every day?
Maybe you do homework. Maybe you make plans. Maybe you do exercise and make dinner.
This is how fluency grows, not by memorizing long lists, but by noticing patterns.
When you understand the logic, you stop translating in your head and you start thinking in English.
And when you stop hesitating, your speech becomes smoother. Your confidence increases naturally.
Remember this simple question. Am I describing the action itself, or am I describing the result?
If it's about performing something, do is usually correct. If it's about producing something, choose make.
Of course, some expressions must be memorized, but now they make more sense because you see the structure.
You are not just learning vocabulary, you are building understanding, and that changes everything.
Keep practicing small sentences every day. Create your own examples aloud. Use make and do in real situations.
You are improving step by step. You are building clarity, and clarity builds fluency.
Thank you for learning with us today. Thank you for staying consistent. Your English is getting stronger.
Keep practicing daily, keep noticing patterns, and never stop growing.
We'll see you in the next lesson. Stay confident. Keep moving forward.